sports drink came for life.
This is TV18 and you're watching CNBC TV18.
Presented by National Stock Exchange.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.
Hello and welcome to another episode of NSE Fin Wiz powered by CNBC TV18. Today we are in beautiful Goa and we are shooting with Sesa Sterlite at their iron ore business division.
There are 2-3 perceptions when it comes to me as an investment. One is, how do you maximize your value in terms of money? Whatever money you have, how do you park it in different forms and get the maximized returns on that? Okay. Secondly, I think it's more to do with the security. You're trying to secure your future. By doing investment today, you're trying to ensure that nothing goes wrong. If something goes wrong in future, I have a backup to that.
I'll just ask them about when do we quit? It's very important, to purchase a share. People say that this is the right time to purchase, and some people also say about quitting it. But you really never know. It always excites you that there is little more to gain. Let's wait. But if you don't take that right call to just invest, then you lose money. Right. So that's more important to me to know exactly what is the phase where you get to know that this is the right time to quit and make money.
If I am given 1 lakh rupee, I would roughly divide that money, or as per the current situation, I'll put everything in normal debt funds.
We're now joined by our 2 experts. We have Mr. Gaurav Mashruwala, who's a financial planner, and we have Mr. Pankaj Matpal, who's a certified financial planner and also the director at Optima Money Managers. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Pankaj, my first question to you, which is something that's very often must be asked to you guys and asked to us also. What is the best way to invest? Where is the best place that I can invest my money?
See, it cannot be answered that this is the best avenue where you can invest. First thing is that what is the objective of investment? That is most important to know. Why do you want to invest? Then to achieve that goal, how much time do you have? Right. So that your investment horizon and then your risk appetite. So for different people, they have different risk appetite. Somebody can bear more risk, somebody cannot. Based on that, your objective of investment, risk appetite and investment horizon, then you can decide that where to invest. And second thing, in all the situations, you should have a diversified portfolio. You should have your investment in different asset classes. Now this allocation in different asset classes may vary based on your goals and other things. Right. But in all the circumstances, whenever you want to achieve your goals, and except only when you are talking about very small, when you say that equity is not the right thing to invest, maybe for this short duration, or something which has a lock-in for long term and you cannot invest there. But otherwise, wherever possible, you will make a diversified portfolio where you will have various asset classes.
Okay. Gaurav, I just want to touch on what Pankaj said with you. I would like you to touch upon the fact of goal setting. Now, people here are young professionals. They might be in their late 20s, early 30s. At this point of time, it's really difficult to set a goal which helps you kind of which is like one of the foundation pillars of good financial planning. So what's your advice to them? How should they go about doing this? It seems like a big task. It's like a Herculean task to set your goals when you don't know what's up ahead.
The word seems big, but actually we all are earning money because eventually we want to spend. Let's face it, when we are earning to spend, we are investing because we want to spend at a future date. And people who borrow also want to spend, or we want to pass it on to the next generation who can spend. So end of the day, the entire financial activity is saying that some kind of spending, now this spending could be your responsibilities or this spending could be your dream. So you may want to say that maybe when I get married, I want to fund my own marriage, or we want to support our parents, or I may have a spending need to purchase a house maybe a couple of years down the line, or somebody says retirement, or let's look at dreams. I mean, you probably want a car, or you want to go on a vacation, or you want to purchase a gadgets. Now all these are your spending needs which can be either immediate or in medium term or at a future date. We all have that, because if there are no spending needs, then there is no need to save. But we are doing this because we have that. start listing those down. I mean, it could be as big list as you can, and then start prioritizing, saying top priority, middle priority, low priority, or priority 1, 2, 3. Then also get into how many of these are must. That will become your responsibility, and how many of them are, I wish I have that. So I wish I have probably a foreign travel every 2, 3 years, or I wish I can buy a car, but I have to support parents. The moment I have to, that's your responsibility, and moment I wish I can, that's your dream. So those becomes your financial goals. Goals are those spending needs for which you are earning, for which you are investing, and in some cases for which you are also borrowing. Education could be one more. Somebody want to pursue higher education, hence there is need to fund that. All these are your financial goals for which you need to save and invest money.
Pankaj, coming back to asset allocation, what you were also talking about, there is a lot of confusion on sometimes a bit on this term asset allocation, because what are the assets that I can allocate my money to? So what are the main asset classes that people need to look at? Because like you also said, it's important to have a diversified financial portfolio and not, as they say, put all your eggs in one basket. So what are the main kinds of asset classes under asset allocation?
So there are major 4 asset classes like equity, debt, commodities, and real estate. When I talk about commodities, mainly as we do not have much choice to invest in commodities, so basically gold, silver, etc. are available easily where people can invest. So equity, here people can invest directly in equity or through some vehicle like mutual funds. Again, debt, you have fixed deposit, you have bonds, NCDs, and also you have debt oriented mutual funds. Similarly, for gold also, one choice to invest in physical gold, or there are better options like there are gold ETF or gold saving mutual funds. Similarly, for real estate as such, for that you have to buy plot of land or commercial or residential property. So there are 4 major asset classes. Now it depends for which goal these are suitable. But depending on your goal, again, I will not say that if you want to achieve a goal in next 1 year, 2 years, so definitely real estate cannot be a right thing for you. But if you are thinking about long-term goal, then you have to do a different asset allocation. If it is near-term goal, there can be a different asset allocation.
Gaurav, to rebalance your portfolio, you need to monitor it. What is the fine line between monitoring it too often and too less? Because if I'm monitoring it every day, that means my blood pressure is going up and down every day, watching it go up and down.
Yeah, so it's like if you measure your blood pressure every day, you're bound to have problems. You're bound to go for whatever medication. But usually health checkup, a basic health checkup once a month is good enough, basic. Similarly, your portfolio evaluation, we normally recommend once a quarter. Every 2 to 3 months, just overall check. And now when we are saying overall check, it's not only your investments. Also look at your budget. Are you spending? Are you going overboard? What is going to happen in next quarter? Are you going to expect same kind of income? Are there going to be any major income coming in, say some bonus, some increments? Are there going to be some same expenses, or are you expecting some festive season or some other function in the family? So you look at that. You look at your investments. How are they performing? Do you want to continue with that? How they have performed in previous quarter? People who have loan, look at that. How much is the outstanding balance? Do you have enough contingency fund? Also every year check, is there enough health cover? Is there enough life cover? If there are death, birth or marriage in the family, post that you want to make changes, post career changes you want to make. So minimal 4 times a year is what we recommend, unless you're going through a real turbulent time, which means there has been a job loss, so there's been some change in career, or there's been some major eventuality in the family, then obviously you need to do it more often. Otherwise, once every quarter and a major checkup once a year is good enough.
Okay. And Gaurav, what about the importance of having a financial planner, a financial advisor to help us monitor and all of this? Is it, do I need one, or can I just do it on my own?
So it's like, do you need a doctor and do you need a gym trainer? Well, that depends on you. If you are disciplined, if you're not eating pizzas too often, and if you're exercising regularly, and if you get up early, and if you're living a healthy lifestyle, you really don't need a kind of doctor or a gym trainer, as long as you're doing things on your own. If you're not, then please spend, and we are in that profession because of that. So if you're disciplined in the sense that you're looking after your budget, you're tracking your expenses, you're setting aside certain portion of your income on regular basis, you have enough health cover. If family is dependent on you, you have enough life cover. you are investing in a prudent manner. Prudent could be subjective, but goal oriented. Pankaj spoke about it. So if you're saving for a long-term goal, you probably are setting aside money in equity or gold. For near term, you're looking at debt instruments. So if you have done your basic, then you don't need a financial planner, a full-time financial planner on retainer base or something. Maybe once in a while you may want to consult. But if you're not doing this basic hygiene, if you're not looking after your financial health properly, there are enough financial planners, you need to go and pay them fees.
It's time for a short break on NSE FinWiz powered by CNBC TV 18. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
It has been a challenging year for the Indian SMEs. For them, the resilience factors are actually smaller. The trade cycles just get more and more elongated, whether it's from their suppliers or from their buyers. The banks have been taking very comforting kind of an approach towards the SMEs as well.
ICICI Bank Business Banking and CNBC TV 18 present the Emerging India Awards 2014.
Presenting sponsor ICICI Bank Business Banking. Powered by CRISIL.
When moods change, I change. I'm always changing.
Panasonic air conditioner with Eco-Navi technology intelligently senses, self-adjusts and saves up to 65%.
It's one touch to change the future.
A better life, a better world.
Panasonic.
Catch the interesting story of how the Federation of Indian Export Organizations' proactive role has yielded rich dividends for exporters, enabled the country's export figures to touch new highs year after year, and in the process has boosted the country's economic growth. FIO, gateway to the world and window to India. At these times only on CNBC TV 18.
$16 million HIV-infected people across the world are now winning against AIDS, thanks to CIPLA.
India has to decide its own destiny, and India's destiny should not be decided outside of India.
3 million children in India have access to quality education, thanks to Pratham.
The idea of Pratham itself was an innovation. You spend little, you use the resources, and make the system function better.
This week, meet the innovators who have changed the face of health and education in India. On Network 18 and Infosys present Innovating for a Better Tomorrow. At these times only on CNBC TV 18.
Welcome back. You're watching NSE FinWiz powered by CNBC TV 18, and today we're in Goa at the office of Sesa Sterlite. Pankaj, let's talk about insurance. Gaurav was also touched a bit about insurance. Now, I've heard two schools of thought. One says life insurance. I want to talk specifically about life insurance. With life insurance, you should get it. Some other people also say it's not important. What's your thought on that? And also, recently there's been a lot of news about changes coming in the insurance policy from the 1st of January 2014. What are some of these changes? How are they beneficial to people who take insurance policies?
First thing, the key objective of insurance is to protect future income in case of untimely death of the breadwinner in the family. So if the person who is earning, there are family members financially dependent on him, then it is very important that the person should have life insurance, adequate life insurance cover. And for that purpose, people should not invest in insurance, rather people should buy life insurance, and term insurance policy is the best form of life insurance, where you pay a small premium for a larger sum assured in the policy. Second thing, as you said, that how important it is really important, as I said, if family members are financially dependent and in case of untimely death, that people are going to suffer financial losses, so person has to buy insurance covers. Now, second thing, that as you said, that there are changes in the regulation, that change in the policy, because from 1st Jan 2014, all existing insurance policies which were at the older format, they will get changed, and it is for the betterment. See, earlier, first thing, as I said, key objective is to have adequate life cover. There were old policies in insurance companies where life cover was not adequate, especially in the policies I'm talking about, traditional plans, endowment policies, money back policies, where you are paying very huge premium for a small cover. So now from 1st Jan, the new policies will have higher cover, and minimum cover will be 10 times of the premium what you pay. So basically it is serving the objective of insurance. Second thing is cost. See, insurance is a costly product. When we talk about the products which have investment component in that, these endowment type of policies, so there is, or ULIP for that sake, these policies have high cost. So in new policies, cost will come down. In addition to this, especially in traditional plans, if in between you want to surrender your policies, so a big amount was being deducted. So on that also, now there is changes. You will get better surrender value if you need to surrender your policy in between, before maturity of that term.
Okay.
So these are something better options available in the new policies. So definitely it is for the good that new policies will be better than the existing one.
Okay, great. Gaurav, I want to move and talk about equity as an asset class. Now, under equity, or rather a part of equity, a vehicle to get into equity is mutual funds. But there is a lot of confusion about what a mutual fund is. How do I get into a mutual fund? How do I get out of a mutual fund? If you could shed some light on that.
Okay, so mutual fund is more like a public transport, and I'm not demeaning public transport. What happens is, let's look at a situation whereby somebody from here wants to go to Bombay. Now the person has several options. One option is drive. So person starts the vehicle, starts the car at a time that he or she prefers, decides where to stop and reaches Mumbai. So that's one. That's like doing it on your own. The second option is either take a train or a plane or a bus or whatever, which is predetermined time. There is predetermined stoppages, and the route is decided. People go collectively, so there are a whole lot of people who have bought tickets will be doing it. It works out cheaper, but the entire thing is not in control. So when to start, when to stop, what all halt, that's mutual fund. Mutual fund is a collective investment vehicle. It's a predetermined, they'll have a predetermined strategy. So there could be some mutual fund which says that we will invest only in stock market, and they could be fine tuning it by saying that we will invest in only large companies. So it's called large cap mutual fund. Predetermined, SEBI approved, they have their guidelines laid down, and anybody who wants to invest in equity market which in a scheme which is kind of putting in large companies, you have that option. Similarly, there could be some mutual fund which will say we are going to invest in gold. So you get mutual funds which invest in gold. Again, people pool in money, they put in money, that particular mutual fund will put money into gold. Or there could be some mutual fund which says we will invest only into government securities, bonds, etc. So the strategy is, there could be combination also. Somebody says we put in gold and debt, we'll say gold, debt, equity. So the strategy is told upfront. The scheme name will tell you how it does. If it's not there, the offer document will tell you. It will also say how they'll benchmark their performance.
Pankaj, when we talk about mutual funds, now mutual funds is also a vehicle to invest in international markets. So I might want to get some exposure to the US stock markets or international markets as such. So how can mutual funds help me in that?
Definitely, see, in equity only, when we talk about equity mutual fund, can be a domestic funds where basically your stocks, underlying stocks will be of the Indian companies.
Right.
Now suppose you feel that Google is a good stock and you want to have a mutual fund where Google or something like Intel or something like those stocks
like Twitter
are
just
there.
did its IPO and all of that.
Yes, this kind of stocks are there in those mutual funds. So for that you can invest in international equity funds. So majorly the international equity funds are fund of fund schemes. So basically these fund of fund schemes, they invest in the units of international mutual funds. So there are many such mutual funds are available in India, which are international funds, and there indirectly you are investing in the international stocks which are not in the portfolio of your domestic mutual funds. So that is the advantage when you want to further diversify your portfolio. But I will say first thing is that you diversify within equity, debt. Then within equity also you have large cap, mid cap, small cap or multi cap mutual funds. Then you want to further diversify your portfolio when you feel now a little bit extra risk you want to take of the different type of investment, or you want to take the advantage of, it's not only risk, it is the advantage also of the different asset class or different kind of products. So in that category only within the equity, when you feel that now you want to allocate your investment little bit in the international stocks, you have a choice to invest in international mutual funds.
Okay. It's time for a short break on NSE FinWiz powered by CNBC TV 18. But after this break, the audience puts forth their questions to our experts. We'll be right back.
Where are you?
Look up.
Wow, thing. You make me wanna see. Hey, wild thing.
Bar Dynamics, redefined, presenting the all-new Dynamic Santa Fe.
Hyundai.
Real people. Real incidents. Real hell. The most shocking hour on television. Hell at 11. Only on History TV 18.
वादा ये पक्का है, हर जीत में तेरी, हर हार में तेरी, हर मोड़ पे तुझसे कदम
भैया भाभी, आपसे जो वादा किया था मैं निभाऊंगा।
जो वादे निभाए जाते हैं वो हमेशा याद रहते हैं। ICICI लोम्बार्ड, निभाए वादे।
गुड गवर्नेंस गरीब के लिए होता है, सामान्य वंचितों के लिए होता है, दलित के लिए होता है, पीड़ित के लिए होता है, शोषित के लिए होता है।
देश में पहली बार बार कोडेड राशन कार्ड्स, गांव-गांव में इंटरनेट के जरिए लंबी लंबी कतारें हुई बीता कल। स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट सिटी सिविक सेंटर्स गुजरात में।
अगर सुशासन है तो सरकारी स्कूल अच्छी चलेगी, तो गरीब के बच्चे की पढ़ाई अच्छी होगी। सुशासन नहीं होगा तो गरीब का बच्चा बेचारा वहीं रह जाएगा, और इसलिए सुशासन चाहिए।
अब ई गवर्नेंस के माध्यम से लोगों और सरकार के बीच ट्रांसपेरेंसी बढ़ी, वक्त की बर्बादी घटी। इतना ही नहीं, वन डे गवर्नेंस की भी हुई शुरुआत। और कहां, गुजरात में।
लाइन यहाँ ऑनलाइन है, सिटीजन सारे फाइन है, सिस्टम भी एफिशिएंट है और कुछ यहाँ सफिशिएंट है।
अलग यहाँ की बात है, प्रगति का साथ है, ऐसा हमारा गुजरात है।
इसीलिए तो आज देश में नंबर 1 ई गवर्निंग स्टेट बना है। और कौन? गुजरात।
A final which showcases 8 fantastic teams from the world of Tata.
Tata Crucible Business Quiz completes a decade of intelligent quizzing. Witness 8 Tata employees fight it out to win the coveted national finale. At these times.
A knowledge initiative by the Tata Group. Leadership with trust.
Welcome back. You're watching NSE FinWiz powered by CNBC TV 18. It's now time to go over to the audience as they put forth their questions to our experts.
My question to the financial experts is, for many of us sitting here, people who have worked for about 6 to 10 years, we are doing different things with salary. Like people want to buy cars, build their assets, build a home, get married, plan for retirement, have an insurance. So how do you actually prioritize and do whatever you want to do with that limited income and still ensure that everything is in place?
Yeah, so the way you look at it, I'll just give you a kind of checklist as to how you prioritize and how you move ahead, and obviously then each individual would have that. The first thing that you want to do always is create a contingency fund. So ensure that whatever is your monthly expenses, if you're tracking and if you're not, start tracking, keep aside about 3 months mandatory reserve. In case of job loss, for whatever reason, it could be your performance, it could be economic condition, it could be catastrophe, you have enough funds to last you for about 90 days. So that's the first thing that you do. After that, look at health cover. Now, either it could be employer who's covering or who you have it on your own, but ensure there is sufficient health cover. When I'm saying sufficient, you need to kind of look at the city that you're living in, the area that you're living in, and general healthcare costs. So that's the second step that you will do. So this is the way you'll prioritize your money. First, contingency. Once contingency is taken care of, you look at healthcare. Then look at life insurance. Since all of you are earning, will your death be a financial loss to family? Now, in most instances, it could be. In some, it may not be, because either there is enough wealth or it's a second income. So If that's not, then you may not want to buy life insurance, so there is buy life insurance. So this will become the base. In case of any turbulence, you would have enough wealth protection strategy in place.
I would like to ask you a question that most of our population resides in the rural area, where the investment means going to a pawn shop buying silver and gold as a safe measure. What do you suggest for these people? Because our roots also are villages, most of us are from villages.
See, as you said, what you suggest for those people, so it will depend on what are their goals, their objective of investment. But again, if you say that most of the people, they invest only in silver and gold, that is not a good idea. Because if you see gold, now people buy jewelry most of the times. Now there are many things, quality of that gold. This is the first thing. Second thing, storing that gold. That is also basically, if you keep at home, there is risk. If you keep in locker, you have to pay extra for that. When you buy gold, it is different price. When you want to sell that gold, that time your jeweler, he offers you different price for that. Not the same price at what he sells it. Second thing, from the investment point of view also, that gold is no more attractive because of many reasons. One is that government of India wants to discourage investment in gold, and they are doing many things for that. One of them is increasing import duty. Second thing is internationally also, because US economy is recovering, so that will also have impact on the price of gold. So considering that fact, I will not say that people should invest in gold much. Yes, as diversification of your portfolio, you may have little bit of allocation in gold, but that also then you have gold ETF or gold based mutual funds, which is a better option of investing in gold. So in rural area also, people now, mutual funds are everywhere. So through mutual funds route, people can invest in equity, debt oriented mutual funds, or even gold mutual funds.
Thank you very much, experts, for being here, and thank you so much for having us here. Thank you so much. Well, that's all the time we have this week on NSE FinWiz, powered by CNBC TV 18. We'll be back next week with another set of young employees at another company. Until then, from the entire team, many thanks for watching.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.
Presented by National Stock Exchange.
The last leg of the semi-finals and only 3